How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, and this video we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over some important announcements coming up for this week. We have Tesla earnings call coming up. We're going to go over some important questions that was raised by Tesla shareholders. We're going to be talking about them in detail. We also going to go over exactly what to expect for Tesla stock in relation to what Elon Musk is planning to do by acquiring Twitter, what could potentially happen for Tesla stock. We're going to be talking about it in detail in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that closed on Friday at $985. As you can see, we're down for the last 5 days for the week, 5.57%. We had a sell-off that happened. We gapped down below $1,000 on Friday with the massive headline, of course, of Elon Musk actually providing an offer to buy out Twitter. So we're going to be talking about it in detail, but as you can see over here, Tesla stock is down 5.57%. When you look at the 1-year chart, though, we're still looking pretty good for Tesla stock. When you look at the overall market too, it was not only Tesla that was down. We have the big tech companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Amazon. They are experiencing a sell-off too. So we are headed into earnings season. So we have big tech companies like Netflix announcing earnings pretty soon this upcoming week. We're going to be talking about it, of course, later on. But let's go over in detail and talk about what affected Tesla stock on Friday. Of course, the big headline was that Tesla shares dipped after CEO Elon Musk makes bid to buy Twitter. So he offered to buy out Twitter at $54.20 a share. And a lot of people and a lot of investors are fearful because if he actually becomes successful, he actually liquidate his massive position with the Tesla stock to potentially, get these funds to buy out Twitter. So that is the fear because he needs to sell more Tesla shares in order to fund an acquisition. So that's going to be some of the fears in the why Tesla stock actually dropped significantly. So not only that, of course, if he actually becomes successful with it, he now has to spend, some time to allocate some time to manage not only Tesla, SpaceX, now we have Twitter. So he recently did an interview with TED. You can go and check out. He did around an hour-long interview. Over there, he was asked about, what is his plan, what is his main intention of acquiring Twitter. He specifically stated that he does not have any monetary motives to acquiring Twitter. He just wanted a platform for people to actually have freedom. They're not censored, anything like that. So that was his main intention of acquiring Twitter, not for the monetary reasons, anything like that. So it was a really detailed interview. You can definitely check it out. He talked about a lot of different things, but of course, investors are really mainly focused on finding out, okay, is this deal potentially going to go through? What is his plan B? What is his end goal when it comes to acquiring a social media company? So that's what his goal was, is just to basically buy out and provide a platform for the public, for them to have a platform where they're uncensored. They can potentially talk, speak, potentially talk and have a substantial freedom compared to other platforms out there. So most importantly, of course, moving forward this week, you might get some more updates about this acquisition, but the most important one is going to be the earnings coming up. So this is earnings week, for April 18. We have a lot of companies going to be reporting earnings. As you can see, we have on Tuesday, we have Netflix announcing earnings after the market closed. This was a massive mover. Last time that they reported earnings, it moved a lot. And when we went to Wednesday, we have the most important earnings that we're going to be watching. Of course, Tesla, April 20, 2022. After the market close, we have Tesla announcing earnings, and we have on Thursday, you have Snapchat, AT&T. There's a lot of companies reporting earnings. But let's talk about exactly, for Tesla earnings, what are some important questions that was raised by Tesla shareholders. So if you are somebody that is invested in Tesla, of course, if you own any kind of shares, you can definitely participate and submit your questions if you want to. So all you have to do is, especially if you have Robinhood or any kind of platform, you can ask questions that could potentially be picked to be answered during the earnings call. So let's go over and look at some of the top questions, that are being upvoted by shareholders. Of course, for your question to be picked, a lot of people need to also, want the answer. So they're only going to be picking around like 3, 4, 5, questions from these, submissions. So right now, the top questions that I'm going to go over the top questions that people ask, so the top question right now that is trending, or basically at the number one spot, is there a proposed stock split ratio? It has around close to 7,000 votes. So the second question that is on the second spot is, how does Tesla plan to secure raw materials required to scale to extreme size? And we have other question is, what is Tesla construction team busy with these days? Are they planning expansion of existing factories or on to the next set of new gigafactories? If factories are the product, we would like to see a next factory announcement before the next model. And the fourth question they got is like, what is the goal for the next 5 years? And we have, what would be the next factory be built as if they want a specific location? So there are a lot of questions being submitted, but these are the top questions that got a lot of votes. So if you have any kind of questions that you want to ask, you can definitely ask them. Or if you just want to go skim through all of this top questions that are basically on the top spot, you can like and potentially upvote some of the questions that you want answered, and then they can potentially answer your questions and the earnings call. So last time that this happened, we talked about some of the top questions I would ask is, when is going to be Tesla stock split coming up? What are their plans for the stock split? All that kind of questions was asked by shareholders, and of course they talked about it and they announced the stock split. So this is going to be something that you have to take seriously if you want to ask questions and things like that. Say that they definitely check it out, and they definitely could potentially pick your questions to answer. So let's go over and look at what to expect for Tesla stock, of course, for this upcoming week. So we're expecting a massive move for Tesla, of course, during their earnings call. We anticipated some form of a rally as we head into closer to this earnings announcement, but we didn't get it. But we're still holding strong this area between 970 to around 1020. We had this massive bounce that we experienced, and we're pulling back right now to this area. The volume just completely dropped. Of course, it's the holiday season right now. It's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. So hopefully investors are coming back to the markets. We have some massive earnings, big tech companies reporting earnings this upcoming week. So of course the volume is definitely going to be picking up. As you can see, the volume just dried up last week because everybody just left. There's not a lot of buying or selling going on with these big tech companies. But of course, this week we have this big earnings. Tesla is expected to announce earnings on Wednesday. So a potential move that we're expecting, of course, is Tesla usually tends, to go down after the earnings announcement, even though it's either positive or negative. But we'll see. We're going to be going over in detail the next few days as we get closer what is the expected move for Tesla. But in the past, even though Tesla announced some great numbers, even if when they beat their earnings call, even if they beat their earnings expectation, Tesla tends to go down to the downside. But we'll see in the next few days what to expect. We're going to go over in detail in the next few days, but hopefully we stay above this $1,000 and we get these new updates about Elon Musk acquisition and etc. So we'll see, but let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Elon Musk acquiring Twitter? If he gets successful, do you like it? How could that potentially affect Tesla stocks at the downside if he actually sells some shares? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Of course, let me know also if you're going to be asking any kind of questions going into this earnings call that you want answered. So definitely go and submit your questions too. So of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button, and if you want free stocks, you check out the links in the description box below. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.